Hi guys, today what we are going to do is Mrs. Clanton is going to do a drawing lesson with you, and we are going to use our knowledge about long vowel O, and then we are also going to talk about adding details to our sentences, because when I was watching your journals last week, I was noticing that we were writing pretty simple sentences, which is great, but we're going to try to add even more meat or more details to our sentences over the next few weeks, okay? If you do not have your yellow journal, or you don't have like a pencil, or maybe you even have a magic pen at home, or maybe you have some skinny markers like Mrs. Clanton is going to show you, and some crayons, I want you to pause this video and then go grab some of those so that you have those to work with, okay? And if not, then we are going to go ahead and get started. And today we are going to draw a rose. Let's tap out the word rose. Here we go. Ready? O's. If you notice, that second sound or our vowel is saying its name. So we know that we're going to have a what's your name E that does not say anything, but instead jumps over and makes that vowel say its name, okay? So today we're going to draw a rose in a flower garden, and we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Mrs. Clanton is going to use her red marker, okay? And the first step is you're going to draw an oval. So here's my oval. Okay. And then we're going to do like a little snake on the inside of it. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a heart that kind of goes around it. Okay. We're going to come over here on this side. We're going to kind of draw a little curved line down, and then we're going to connect it. Okay. And we're going to start over here on this side, and we're going to kind of finish off our rose. Okay. So if you were looking down on the rose, this is probably what you would see. Okay. All right. Since we have the top of our rose, that's the most difficult part to draw. We're going to now add the other parts of our plant, and that kind of ties in to also what we're learning about in science. So I'm going to add my stem, okay, and then a lot of flowers, they have leaves, okay. This would be called the flower part of our plant, okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and grow some grass down here, okay, just to add some details. And then I'm also going to add a couple more flowers. And these are just going to be flowers. Okay, so I have my stems and my leaves. Okay. Then I'm going to draw a pink flower. And you can draw your flowers however you would like. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to add a purple flower. Okay. All right. And then Mrs. Clanton's trying to think, I might add a tree over here. Okay. So there would be my tree. And then I could add some branches. Okay. I'm just trying to add a lot of details to my picture so that I have plenty of things to write about. And usually flowers, they need sun, right? So I'm going to add some sun in there. We know that they also need air and space. Okay, and they gotta have dirt or soil to grow in. So we could even add some, soil underneath of it. Okay, all right. If you need to, I want you to go ahead and pause this video to add some more details to your picture, and then you're going to turn it back on, because then we're going to go back and we're going to label, okay? Label our picture. Okay, if not, we're going to go ahead and get started with labeling, okay? All right, here we go. We said that this was a rose. Here we go. I'm going to stretch and write at the same time. O's. Rose, okay? This is the sun. Un. Okay. This is a tree. Sometimes we can kind of confuse that for ch, but it's going to be a tree. So and then when we know that we hear E, that's a vowel, and those two E's are going to stick together. So we're not going to have to kick one to the end, okay? Now we can even go down here and say that this is our stem because we talked about the different parts of a plant. So stem, okay? Then we have leaves, okay? E. Now we also talked about when two vowels go walking, okay? The first one does the talking, so here's the two vowels that go walking. This one's going to say its name and that other one's just kind of going to run away. So this is eaves. So we have leaves, okay? We could even label the grass ass, grass, okay? I'm going to even label this down here, okay? This is soil. Everybody tap out the word soil with me. Are you ready? Oi, oi. Now, we've talked a little bit about that oi sound, and oi can either be spelled O-I or O-Y, but we see O-Y a lot of times at the end of a word versus in the middle. So I'm going to choose to use O-I, and together that says oi, and then we'll have ol, okay? All right. I think that looks really good for the things that we have labeled so far. If you need some extra time to label your picture, I want you to pause this video and then turn it back on so that you can finish writing with Mrs. Clanton, okay? All right, we're going to move on. Now that we have our picture labeled, we have lots of details in it, what we can do is now we can write a meaty sentence, okay? So what I'm going to do, and I just want you to kind of set your writing stuff down, and I want you to watch, okay? And then we're going to talk about this sentence, okay? Parents, I'm going to actually also show you how to use these double lines because I saw that last week some of us were a little confused, which is okay, but I'm going to show you how to write using these, okay? All right, I'm going to write a very simple sentence, okay? My garden is growing, okay? Now, that is a great sentence because look, I used a capital letter. I have spaces between my words, okay? But is that really all that I could say about my picture? No. So I'm going to show you how Mrs. Clanton is going to take this simple sentence and I'm going to turn it into a meaty sentence, okay? And don't forget that we also added a period to tell our readers to stop. Now, remember my second sentence, or when we're done with one sentence, my next sentence goes right after that period. We don't go down to the next line, okay? So here we go. I want you to do this with me. I'm going to say, my garden has a rose and flower growing in it. Do you see how I expanded this simple sentence to a bigger sentence that has a lot more detail in it, okay? Here we go. Ready? My. Do you see how I use my lines? Little lowercase letters go between the lines, except rule breakers. My garden, We know that AR says gar, or R, sorry. Den has a rose, rose. Do you see how I kicked that E to the end? But I have to have it to make this vowel say its name. Has a rose and, okay, now look here. Mrs. Clanton does not think that she has enough space right here. So what she's going to do is she's going to turn the page and she's going to flip her book. So has a rose, and I'm going to come up here and growing, growing in it. Okay, and make sure that I have a period to tell my readers to stop. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to write 2 really meaty sentences that have details about your picture, okay? Remember to use these lines to help you with your lowercase letters, okay? Then once you are done with that, you are going to have mom and dad, or maybe your older sister, or even grandma and grandpa help you to record you telling me about your picture and reading your 2 sentences, okay? I can't wait to hear you read, and I can't wait to see what you come up with your meaty sentences, okay? All right, here we go. Good luck.